Sombra, can you tell us a story, please? It's pretty late, guys. Come on. Like, I don't know if I have enough time to tell you guys a story. Please, Sombra, I want to hear what you have to say. All right, guys. I'm going to tell you this story. Sombra Del Piso back once again with yet another story time. Today, I just came from a barbecue invited to by the friend of my mom. She has my personal phone number, and so she called me earlier this week to invite me to this barbecue that I go to annually. I go every July. I sort of meet up with some of her, her daughter's friends, and then we play like Uno, a whole bunch of card games, and we just sort of, I sort of detach from the seriousness of life for a little bit. I laugh loudly. I'm excited about winning, card games, all these simple things like that. Just, I feel like a normal human being going to these things, and so I enjoy it. The thing is, my mom and my sister went as well, and remember, I don't talk to them at all. I disconnected from them because they were part of a past where I started to understand that past as a whole. They have entered my life only to take energy away from me. They never supported me during my spiritual revelations back in 2012 when I started to understand a lot about the world on a metaphysical level, and I communicated that with them. They shut their doors, literally. They ran away from me, literally. They marginalized me, literally. And I treated them with nothing but respect and compassion. And it was interesting that I went to that event and I didn't really feel anything for them at all. Like, I felt nothing. And it shows so much about maybe the truth of the entire relationship, or maybe it's just I've been growing a lot. I think that's really what it is. But that's not the focal point of the story. The focal point was there was this woman that came, little hangout, the little barbecue. And so it was very interesting because she was, first of all, let's get into the story. I have a lot to say about this situation. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go! So, there was a woman that came out of nowhere. She was older. A lot of older women tend to be attracted to younger men, especially ones. And you're going to recognize that too. And you're on your journeys of semen retention. A lot of older women are going to be attracted to you mostly because they have lost their energy. They have gone through life. They have indulged. They have utilized their finite supply of energy through fornication, through mass fornication. And they seek to feel alive again as they felt when they were younger, but they didn't process how the interactions between male and female occurred when they were younger and when they had this excess of energy. And so they're constantly chasing a high that they could never achieve ever again, only in moments with ignorant men that give up their energy, their most vital essence, and she doesn't even understand why she's doing that in the first place. Note this, please. Those who have ears to listen, let them hear, please. And so I understood the situation exactly for what it was. She came up to me. She was like, "Oh, what's her name?" I said, "My name is Sombra." And then we had a conversation and whatnot. I ended up saying something about how people should treat each other. I said it reflexively. I said, people usually operate with each other on an egoistic sexual basis. And so if you say something that makes them feel small in conversation as a passing comment, they will seek to reply with something just as hurtful or something just as aggressive in order to have you feel just like them. They don't understand how to make things not about themselves. They're solipsistic. She said that you have Sombra, and I quote, "You have a very, very deep mind, and I'm very, very interested in that mind." And I said, "Trust me, there's nothing interesting about me. Trust me. What I am now is a result of having a lot of really dark, shadowy experiences in life, marginalization from my peers, ostracization from my family and my friends. And I chose, instead of blaming the world and attacking the world, I started to look inward and realize a lot of truths about myself and what the implications of that were in real life, in reality." But I explained it in a very simple way, and she just kept looking at me. And then the afternoon carried on. There was someone that ended up talking about Instagram, and then so she asked me for my Instagram, and so she saw my Instagram. She saw the first picture on my Instagram. For the guys that don't know what that is, or the first video on my Instagram, The first video, by the way, was when we visited Kriva Palanka in North Macedonia, randomly, by the way, just to do calisthenics, just to let you know. And then, remember, Macedonia is a very Christian society. Remember, it used to be part of Greece. I know the Macedonians will destroy me for saying this, but that's really what it is. And where I went in Kriva Palanka was a monastery, and there's a huge cross on one of the mountains in that monastery. And on that video, I quoted a lot of things from the Bible. I quoted Daniel's fast to get connected more with God. I quoted a lot of things. And so then she found out I had a YouTube channel, and she saw some of the titles of the my YouTube videos talking about God, talking about semen retention, talking about travel. And she's like, "You're a very deep soul. I feel like you're very old, like in spirit." And I said, let's revisit what I said before. It is only because I used to chase lust when I was younger, and I started to run away from lust because I felt that I wasn't getting anywhere. And I also came into spiritual revelations about things. I try to speak about those revelations with friends, with people that I trusted, and they all gave me silence and ignorance and marginalization. And so I like I said before, I didn't blame them, I didn't attack the world, but rather I looked inward and tried to understand what is it about myself that I needed to realize in regard to what I was coming into revelation of, spiritually and religiously, and how I need to carry myself further. She just had this interest in me, and I just understood exactly what it was. Like, it was really on a basis level. It was really just that. These are the things, and let's tie it into lessons for you guys, because you are going to be on your practices of semen retention, but the renewal process is not complete. The metamorphosis into your new bodies, the renewal of your blood, the renewal of your spirit, the construction of the inner aqueduct that filters out the filth of the world and gushes it out on the floor whence it came. It has not been constructed yet. It's half constructed. And so you will be exalted by yourself. You'll be selfish. You'll feel solipsistic because you have energy. You have spiritual energy that you've created or you have built and fortified due to your discipline, and you're going to seek the things of the world still. Indulgence with women, indulgences in sex, indulgences in drink, and you're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel like some sort of strong Caesar character of some sort. And I'm telling you that whilst your bodies are being renewed, in the midst of being renewed, whilst your systems and your structures in your body, the metaphysical structures that's meant to hold not only the power of your new disciplines, of your new body, your new blood, but the guidance and the divine nature of Jesus Christ and his light and God's light, that egoistic feeling is gonna keep coming up, and you're gonna keep trying to impose your way on the world with your extra energy. And I'm gonna tell you that this is not the way to go at all. Refrain from it, absolutely. Women are going to come up to you in the beginning of your journey trying to take your energy from you. They are not women for you. Trust me, most of the people in the world, and this is not, again, I am not lambasting, I'm not criticizing the people of the world, I am not attacking them just on the sake of, just because, I'm spiritually exalting myself above all others. That's not the case at all. Observe these people for yourself. All cultures, every single one of them, they are taken into sex for no reason, only to fulfill the pleasures of themselves. They drink alcohol, they do drugs, they smoke weed, only to feel pleasure for themselves. They are afraid of the divine guidance and trajectory of God's will through experience and through destiny. And so they do these things. Observe them for yourself. It's all cultures, all races, all of them. When you are on this journey, again, I'm gonna reiterate, because I need you guys to truly understand this. You are going to build that energy through celibacy. You're gonna be 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. You're gonna have a lot of testosterone flowing through you, and your bodies are half renewed. The metamorphoses in your body are half complete. The systems of the aqueduct that you're supposed to fortify are not complete yet. They're only starting to be built. You're going to be presented with temptations from the world. The women will try to get you. Aggressive men that have not done the work at all will come and try to attack you. This is all part of the design. Because when you raise your vibration through this practice, when you subjugate your flesh, the first gate of subjugation of all things. When you subjugate yourself, the proclivity towards pride, subjugating the proclivity towards the obfuscation of information. And so you are walking in the world, hiding things from other people, trying to conceal knowledge. The first gate has to be complete, and the first gate is lust. When you do that journey, when you begin, you will be tempted. That is all part of the design. Everything has a fail-safe. Everything is planned. Everything is meticulously operated because the soul must transcend, but first it must be challenged. I'm going to tell you something that I learned. It was interesting. I'm going to bring it back to a World Cup match that I saw. I don't know if you guys are watching it. It was Argentina versus Capo Verde. It was a really good match because Argentina, they won the last World Cup and they were like number one. Right, they're number one in FIFA. Capo Verde is like some unknown West African team, a group of islands, an archipelago, right, of people that assembled their team that passed qualifiers through LinkedIn. That's not the point of this my explanation of them. The idea is that when they almost beat Argentina, by the way, it was 3-2. Argentina won by 1. They only started to play and unlock their potential when Argentina scored the first goal. You see, if you left them by their own accord 0-0, they would have just played at their normal baseline. They wouldn't have gone to their limits. The reason why I brought up this example is that you must feel pressure. Satan must try to overtake you. Lucifer must try to have you submit to him and his agents of the world as a form of an examination of your soul and whether it's worthy to meet God. I'm going to bring another example. Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. A lot of people said that game sucked. I thought it was actually my favorite Shin Megami Tensei game. Nanashi, the main character, when he was on his way to defeat Yahweh, right? And this is not blasphemy. I believe in God, glory to God and all of his apostles and all of the prophets that came. You know I believe in God, but I'm describing the story. When Nanashi was on his way to destroy Yahweh, in the game, Yahweh was an oppressive god that oppressed the ways of the gods, like Krishna, Maitreya, Odin from Norse mythology, Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita, and Maitreya, which is the Buddha to come years and years and years later, right, in the form of an incarnation. On the way to defeating Yahweh, Nanashi runs into Satan, and Satan, the design in Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse is 7 heads with 10 horns, or 10 heads with 7 horns, or something like that, right? Which was the illustration of the dragon in Revelation, and he was all black with stakes in his hands representing parallel to him and Jesus Christ, right? And he says to the player, "You cannot get to Yahweh except through me. You must defeat me." His name is Satan. The idea, I brought this into reference and comparison because there is no way to the Father. There's no way to enlightenment. There is no way to the subjugation of the flesh except through the challenges of the world. There are people that are meant to just be fallen forever. There are women that are just meant to be here to try to take your essence forever, and they will take it forever if you let them and you don't allow yourself to go through the proper measures, the grueling process of the reformation of your soul, right? To ascend. They will constantly take from you. This world is designed to take from the good, from the divine, because everything is of a low vibration. It's of a very static nature. You must see the temptations. You must learn how to spot them. The women that are very, they do their manicures, they wear baby fat, or now, of course, they're a bit more sophisticated. They wear Balenciaga and Phoebe Philo and Proenza Scoulet. They will come to you and manipulate you with earthly knowledge that you don't know, and you will feel that you are subservient to them because you don't understand this knowledge, and you shouldn't understand it, being a patron and as someone that moves through the world. And that is a complete delusion. You don't need to do anything that they're doing. You don't need to say anything that they're saying. You don't need to drink what they drink, smoke what they smoke, or do anything that they're doing. They're of the world. They're of heathen behavior. You watch them and you leave. There will be men that will come about and they're gonna appear as a father figure. They're gonna try to give you advice. I'm old, I remember back in the day, this happened, and I slept with this girl, and I saw this celebrity, and she was scantily dressed, and I did this. That's nothing. They have no light, and you're listening to them, and there's no light emitting from them. You're gonna feel a little churning in you, but as only your light being reflected to you from them because you are focusing on what they're saying, and that's giving energy. Don't listen to these people. If they do not follow God, if they're not on semen retention, if they are drinking, smoking, doing drugs, smoking weed, they are not of God. They are of the world, and they are only meant to challenge you so you can learn how to identify them, number one, and number two, surmount them. You will join no secret society. Freemasons, 13-7 worshipers, blood drinkers, none of that. You will not participate in the hookup culture whatsoever. What it is a glorification of the flesh. It is what they were doing in the times of the Romans before they were exposed to Christianity, made in contemporary times. And your parents and the people of your world, of the old you that was not renewed yet, are going to tempt you and try to motivate you into believing that what they're doing is correct. Right? This is all correct. This is all good. You're doing the right thing. You will not participate in the hookup culture. Someone offers you alcohol. You come to a party. The herd mentality is on full display. As Aldous Huxley said, there's a crowd. They're all drinking. They're all smoking. Someone offers you a drink. He smiles. He looks attractive. The guy, or the woman. It doesn't matter who they are. They keep themselves cut. They keep themselves very neat. They offer you a drink. They offer you a thing of the world. You do not accept. You look at them and you politely deny, and you walk through the midst of the heathen. Doesn't matter what color you are, you walk through the midst of them. You look at them and you take mental notes. When you see someone that you hang out with, right? You go to a restaurant and they disparage the waiter. They disparage their neighbor, the friend, right? This stranger, this individual that's just trying to walk by them. They exalt themselves. They're solipsistic in the way that they walk on the street, right? They own everything. They walk as if they believe so, right? They own everything. You need to move for me because you are the lesser, I am the greater. When you are walking with someone like that, that person is not your friend, he is not your ally, that is not your brother, that is not your sister. You walk the other way. You have individuals that speak to you in numeric codes. Oh, I have 58 sticks today. Oh, I have 76 this. Oh, I fell 13 times. You take note of this. You write it down if you can't remember. A lot of us have bad memories. Sometimes I have bad memories. You write this down and you stay away from people like that. These people of the world are not your friends. They are not your allies. They smoke. They are taken on to fornication. They are of the world. You leave them to their own accord. You triumph over them. You triumph over the inclinations of your flesh to be like them. Because you will be tempted. You will be coerced. You will be conditioned by your body. Your soul is housed in this beast-like prison. And the only liberation there is going past the first gate of the subjugation of the flesh and submitting your way to God. Read the chapters of the Bible. Read the books of the Bible. Do not listen to man. Do not smoke like them. Do not be taken on to fornication. Nothing. And trust me, you'll get to where you need to get to. Guys, I love you all. I hope you really enjoyed that kind of content because I certainly did enjoy giving it to you and speaking this to you. Guys, if you enjoyed it, please let me know with a like, comment. Of course, I want to know you guys' feedback, and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Don't ever let this place get you down. I know a lot of you guys in the comments, I've been reading it excessively. Look, like I got another comment right here. Christ is the only one. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of your feedback, guys. I really do. And this change that's come about in me is really due to the world. I was at one end, right? I'm very distraught of the realizations that I came into. When you realize that the world isn't how it was presented to you in movies, and how your parents told you, and how your teachers taught it to you, and how your mentors walked through it, you're going to realize a lot of things. It's going to be not only an ego death for you, but it's going to be a complete psyche break. Everything that you remembered, everything that you thought was correct is not. Up is now not up anymore. You have no sense, no compass. The compass needs to be created by reading the Bible. The aqueduct needs to be created by walking through the temptations of the world, by not sipping what they're giving you, by not smoking what they're giving you, by not listening to what they're telling you. They're all of heathen behavior, right? Sit with yourself, journal, write things down. You will wear, I'm telling you, this is how I am. I wear no jewelry. I wear no necklace. I wear no beads. I don't need any energy augmentation on my flesh whatsoever. The only energy augmentation that I can't really escape from, and none of us really can, are clothes. Clothes, remember, the colors they're in carry a certain vibration. We know that red is of the lowest vibration and white is of the highest, or something like that, or it vibrates the fastest. You guys know more about colors than I do. You guys could correct me in the comment section. But you are not to wear any jewelry, no bracelets, no Cuban link necklaces. You're not of them. You're not with them. You don't walk with them. When you become renewed through your practice, you're not of them. You don't have anything in common with them. Nothing. You don't wear these bracelets. There's a lot of Kabbalah beads going around, the Kabbalah strings, the red one. You don't wear that either. That's all witchcraft, sorcery. They're augmenters of energy, and it gives you an ersatz broadcast of a dominated or a subjugated person. These are lies. These are deceptions. These are delusions. You don't wear any of that. You don't wear any jewelry, nothing in your ears, nothing. We walk clean. The only thing you wear is a watch to keep time, to understand exactly how time flows in this world. Understand it, observe this place, study it, study the people. You don't touch them, don't let them touch you, don't drink anything that they give you. You exercise, you drink water, you don't drink alcohol. You drink real natural fruit juices. You don't drink Capri Sun, Hawaiian Punch, any of that stuff that the heathen drink. You don't do any of that. They drink the Prosecco, they drink the Moet, you drink sparkling water, Borjomi, Nabiglavi, San Pellegrino, the Saratoga. Right? That's what you drink. You don't do anything they do. They're heathen. Trust me. It doesn't matter if they look like you. It doesn't matter if they're successful. They have the nice Tom Ford glasses, right? Tom Ford is a really nice brand, but it really doesn't matter in this point. It doesn't matter if they look strong. They carry themselves upright. Look at them. You'll know them by their fruits. You see beads on their hand, tattoos, jewelry, gold. They are trying to augment their energy artificially. They have not done the work within themselves. Celibacy is a foreign concept. God is something from a fairy tale, right? Right next to Anansi and the spider. They believe not in the way, and they are not your friends. I love you all, guys. Stay radiant. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Woo!